What's going on everyone, here's a super easy tutorial of how to install MP Cloths add-on and how to use it to install clothing components as a add-on instead of replacing vanilla in-game assets. As you can see in the left side window, there are 15 highlighted items. We'll be installing every single one of these. But first we need to install the MP Cloths DLC. Link will be in the description. Download it, extract it, open the folder, and you need to copy paste this folder, MP Cloths. Open this folder and you will find two files inside, dlc and dlc1.rpf. So copy this folder, MP Cloths, and go to your GTA5 root directory, go to mods, update, x64 and DLC packs. Paste it right here. After this, launch Open4, turn on edit mode, go to mods, update, update.rpf, common, data, and look for dlclist.xml. Right click, edit. Scroll down to the very bottom, copy paste any of these existing lines and change this between the slashes to MP Cloths. This name should be the same as the name of this folder. You can copy paste the name from here if that is more convenient. Save the file. MP Cloths add-on has been installed. So now let's start with installing clothing components. Locate the folder in your DLC packs inside Open4. And you can see inside that there are two RPF, DLC RPF and DLC1.rpf. DLC RPF is for male, DLC1 is for female. And as you will install clothing components inside these archives, the size of these archives will increase. Just make sure that it does not cross 4 gigs or the archive will get corrupted. You will lose everything, so just be careful. So here's the first thing that we are going to install, Axon body cams and shoulder mics. It is by Hanako. It has both male and female components. And I'm only going to install Bodycam mod from this. Drag and drop this folder right here, just so we can browse it. You can see the default instructions are telling you to place these files inside mpf freemode01 mpf vinewood. It is going to replace your vanilla files, but we are not going to do that. It is for MP female, so let's start with that. Just drag and drop it right here. And this one is also a body cam, so I'm going to install it too. I'm just showcasing it right here, but you can install the rest of these in the same way. So now let's get back to our MP Cloths add-on folder. Here is another thing that you can do right here. Once you are inside this dlc.rpf folder, click on it right here so that this is open. Go to folder and click on add to favorites. Give it a name, such as I have given it, I think I have given it separate name for MP male and MP female. So it's going to be easier to navigate. Have a look, MP Cloths _ male. I'll just click on it and okay, yeah. I bookmarked this archive instead, so I won't have to navigate all of this every time. I can just open it right from here. You can do it via the same way. Just make sure that this archive is open in here. Go to favorites, click on add to favorites. Give it a name that you will be able to identify easily and click on add. So this one we are installing for MP female. So yeah, we are already there. Open it up. There is one, just for example, there is a t-shirt that is included in the download. You can replace it if you wish to. Now the next thing is naming conventions. You have to follow it or things are not going to work. I mean, it's not going to crash your game, but the component is not going to show up. So here it is. Right now we are installing a task. This is the nomenclature that you have to follow. Look at that. The XXX is the number. I will show you as we go along. I will tell you how this actually works, but just know that this file is in there. mpcloths naming conventions.txt. Once you download the mpcloths DLC pack, it's going to be in there, so you can use it as a reference. So right now we're installing Bodycam, and I think that was task. So just have a look at this task underscore xxx. It is going to be a number. For example, for the first one, it's going to be 000. For the second one, it's going to be 001. Underscore u, make sure that it is underscore u. If you change it to underscore r, it's not going to work. Here, it's going to be the texture of that body cam. 00xxx will be replaced by a number. So here is our downloaded file. You can see just like that. Task underscore xxx, it is 000 and underscore u dot ydd. This is the model. .ytd file is the texture of this body cam. Now since it is the first and second task file that we are going to install, so we don't have to change any of these numbers. We can just drag and drop it like this. Now let's do the same but for MP mail. I guess it's going to be the same. Yes, it is 0 and 1. These two are models and these two are respective textures. Okay, in this folder again, inside this, I forgot to tell you this. Underscore p mp mcloths, it is for components like hats, glasses, and all the other clothing components go inside this, the folder on the top, for both of them. This one is for hat and glasses, this one is for rest of the components. We are installing for MP mail, so just going to copy, drag and drop these 4 files right here, and we're done with this. We will do a final showcase in the end. So just let me delete this. Okay, I cannot delete it because it is open in this. Up next is tactical boots. It's only for MP mail. Since it is for MP mail, we'll be installing it in here. And it is for FiveM. You can see right here that there is a prefix before the name of the file. Here is the naming convention for feet. Feet underscore xxx underscore u. And for texture, it is feet underscore diff underscore xxx underscore a underscore uni. But right here there is a prefix mpm underscore free mode underscore 01 and that thing. Now you have two choices, either rename every single one of these and remove it from the front, or you can use Windows PowerToys. I highly recommend that you download and install it. I'll put the link in the description, and it allows you to bulk rename the files. Something that I'm going to do right here. I'm just going to copy this section, the prefix that I wish to remove from it. Select all the files, show more options, and there's going to be power rename. It is added by Windows PowerToys. I'm going to paste it right here and I'm going to replace it with nothing. So this list on the right side, it is going to be the final result. Just click on apply and have a look. So we're done with this. Not only, okay, one more thing. It is 001. You can see the first component is starting with 0. Task is also starting with 0. We can drag and drop it just like this and it is going to work. But we can just rename it, so there's not going to be any blank component. So I'm going to replace 001 with 000. Click on apply and these files are ready to install. If you do not rename it, the first component is going to be blank. You will just have to scroll past that. It's nothing too big, but this is something you will have to learn because we'll be doing it a lot in the future. So okay, we're done with the boots. What is next? Let me just delete it. So okay, next is CB Traverse. Yeah, it's a vest for MP mail. Okay, once again it is for FiveM, so you will have to do the same thing again. This time it is even larger name, so you will have to remove this. See what I did here? I'm going to showcase again. Rename, select everything before task. I feel like I should know what this symbol is called, but I don't know. So everything before the symbol, including this symbol, copy it, select all the files, right click, show more options, power rename, paste it right here, delete everything that's here and click on apply. And just like that, man, this is just so useful. And once again it is for mail, so we'll be installing it in MP mail for MP mail. Now, you will have to change the numbers too. There's already task 000 and 001 file inside the archive. If I just drag and drop, it's going to replace these two files. So I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do instead is to rename this 000 to 004 and 001 to 005. You can do it individually since there are only 4 files, or once again you can use power rename. Yes, everything is ready, so just drag and drop afterwards. It is not showing the textures, do not worry about that. Unless there is some inherent issue with the model, texture is going to show up while you are in game. I will showcase that. I will showcase all of this. So we're done with another one. Now it's a watch. Okay, once again it is for mail. Since it is component, we'll be installing it here. PMPM clothes. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Okay, here is the file. This one is model, this one is texture, and once again we will have to remove this. But this time there are only 2 files, so I'm just going to do it manually. It is 000, so we're just going to drag and drop. Here is the watch. It should work. I'm a little skeptical about these components, but the rest of the things are going to work. CDH, Bothell, overall vest, yeah, another vest. Once again, it is task underscore 000U, but we have already installed all the way to 005. Next one is going to be 006. There are only two files, so I'm going to once again do it manually. Chrome heart tank top, yeah, it is for MP female casual clothes. Why is it like that? Model and texture in different folders, why? Anyway, MPF female, this folder right here. There is a 000 right here. So, okay, next one is going to be 001. This one is model, so we're going to just drag and drop. And then to texture. There are 5 files, so we're going to use power rename. What is next is courage hairstyle. Okay, it is everyone's favorite. It is hair underscore 001 underscore u. I can change it to 000, but I'm not going to. Just drag and drop, man. It's going to be quicker. The first component is going to be blank, so we're just going to scroll past that. This is the one. So we have another vest here, EM Legend Vest. Once again, it is for FiveM, so we are going to just remove this part. And it is for MP mail. Task 006, so next one is going to be 007. Generic patrol belt. Okay, this one is duty belt. Okay, it has a prepared add-on, so you can just drag and drop this folder to your DLC packs and then add the name of the folder to dlclist.xml. It's going to work, but still I'm going to showcase it, how to install. Files are going to be inside the DLC archive, so I'm just going to extract it. We have all the files. 0 to 11. Okay. It is for MP female. First one is going to be MP female. Going to just select all the files and drag and drop inside the archive. Let's do the same for MP male. That's it, we're done. Gravity plate carrier. It is only for MP mail. Dude, come on, yes. Oh my god, it has. Okay. It has a name like this, can you believe it? Okay, we will have to properly rename it. Look here, task 007. Next file is going to be task underscore 008 underscore u. So that is what going to be the name of this file. That was the model. Next one is going to be the texture. So now this file is ready. Task underscore 008 underscore u and task underscore def underscore 008 underscore a underscore uni. Just going to drag and drop like this, and this one is also installed. Load bearing vest. It is also for MP mail only. Okay, same thing. It is 008, so next one is going to be 009. It's not even FiveM ready. It's ready for nothing. Now, okay, have a look at the name task underscore 009 diffuse underscore 009 a uni. Just going to drag and drop, and this one is also done. Next up is Motorola mic for male and female. Let's start with female. Where are we? So for female, we are at task underscore 001. We can just drag and drop it right here. 2, 3 and 4 is going to be blank, so it's not going to cause any crash. It's just going to be blank. Nothing is going to show up. You will just have to scroll past that when you are changing the components via trainer or EUP menu, anything. But since we are already doing it for everything, 0, 1, so I think we can change it to 2, 3 and 4. 7, 8, 9 will be changed to 2, 3 and 4. Now we have 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Drag and drop. Let's deal with the male one. We will have to do so many change in numbers for this. Nine, so it's going to be 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Like I said, you need this. PowerToys. 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. And then drag and drop as always. Motomic MF, we're done with that. Motorola SVX, it's a body cam with wireless mic. First female, task underscore 001. We are at task 006. We are going to change it to 007. And for MP male, it's going to be 15. Next one is oversized t-shirt for male. This SP version, this FiveM version, if you only have this, you just have to remove everything that is before this symbol. But since we already have the single player version, I'm going to use that. JBib, let's have a look. MP male, JBib. There is only one component, but you can replace it, but I'm not going to. Let's change the number for this. 000, it is going to be 01. What? Okay, yeah, no, don't worry about that. It's the same shirt, that is why it is picking up the texture. This mod is mainly texture mod, not the model. Okay, here is the last one. Vest and belt. This is going to be slightly detailed. Female, belt, vest and vest accessories. 3 different things. So let's start with accessories. We're at 11, so next one is going to be 12 and 13. 000 is being renamed to 12. And 001 will be renamed to 013. Done with the belt. Next is vest. It is going to be task. We are at 007, so this one is going to be 008. Okay, have a look at this. 008 underscore A, 008 underscore B, and underscore C. These are different textures for the same model. If you wish to add more textures, you can just copy paste any of these files and then change this letter C to D. I'm going to showcase that. Okay, let's do this. Everything else should be the very same. Only thing that should change is this letter D. One more, let's do that. Now it is going to have 5 different textures. Look at that. We have now 5 different textures. D and E is going to be the same as the B, I think, B or C, A or B or whatever. But in case you wish to install a different texture, you can just replace these textures. You can just open this file and replace this texture. So next one is vest accessories, bird. I think, yeah, it is mask component. Since the archive doesn't has any bird right now, so we can just drag and drop 0 and 1. No need to change the number or rename. If there was something, we would have to rename it so that it does not replace that file. Okay, I think we're done with the installation for MP female. Next one is MP male. After this, we are going to test it. Accessories 11, so it is going to be 12 and 13. Now the vest 15, so 16 and 17. No, there is only one. 16, 016. Do not remove the 0, it's going to be 3 numbers. There should be 3 numbers. If you remove the 0, it's not going to work. Vest accessories. Since there are, once again, there are no bird components, so we can just drag and drop it. Now I think we are ready. So let's go into the game and we're going to test it. So we're in the game right now. Let me just showcase all the components. Mostly it was task or armor. You can use any other trainer for this navigation. I think you already know how to actually navigate this. I recommend menu. It is so useful. And the interface is not entirely archaic. Or you can use EOP menu. That is also going to work. All of these are vanilla components. What we want is good. Okay, right here. Okay. So the first one, the Bodycam 000, 01. This is 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think this is the last one. Yep, that's the last one. Now next up is accessories, duty belt. This one I think is compatible with that. And we also installed a shirt, so we are having a look at that. Yeah, this one. Here is MP female. Everything is working. And yeah, I'm going to showcase how to set this up. This package had 3 different components: belt, vest and vest components. So we have selected this. Now accessory. It was somewhere near 230, so should be the same for MP female too. Yeah, have a look. Okay, belt is also working. Now beard. The bird component, mask. There are some issues with the rigging, but still, rigging is very hard. And not only this, yeah, this was the model. There are different textures too. There are total 5 right now, from 0 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Total 5. Now the hair. And here is the hair, and that's not all. I'm about to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. You need menu for this. Go to player options, wardrobe, decal overlays, user type hair, zone head. You need to apply proper scalp textures. For this one, I think number 64, ngf underscore hair 009. Look at her face. This is without the scalp textures. This is with scalp textures. And it's not only for MP female. It also makes a huge difference for MP male too. And there are different textures depending on the hairstyles. For example, this one 009 is suitable for this one, but there are other two depending on what the hairstyle is. All of that you will have to navigate and pick the correct one. But I've seen for most of the add-on hairs for MP female, this 009 works the best. We're done with almost everything, only one component left. And the last one is the top. I think it should be somewhere near 600. Blank textures. These files are not there. You can just add additional textures if you wish to, for everything, for all the components. I think we are missing one more thing. We also installed a watch. Yeah, here it is. Now we only tested only a few of these components, but the rest of these works just like that. So these are the naming conventions. Bird, hair, upper. Upper is the upper body. In some rare cases you will have to install that. It should be included in the download, the clothing component. So just be careful that it is R and WHI. If you change it to U, it's not going to work. So just make sure that it is R and Y for upper. For lower, it is R and uni. Every time you download anything, if it has lower component, this uni, it is going to be WHI in place of that, in place of this. So you will have to change it. You will have to rename it and change WHI to uni. It should be something, it's going to look something like this. If you install it like this, it's not going to work. You will have to change it to uni. I'm talking about the files, right? XXX is just like that, a number. Hand are usually badges. Feet is shoe, I showcased this. Teeth is holsters. Yeah, nothing special, U and uni, so no need to worry about that. Accessories are duty belt. Tasks are armors. Decals are shoulder patches. And JBib is the top. PIs are glasses, P-head is the hat. There are some included files in there, like PI000. XXX is 000 for this file. Texture of this file is PI's diffuse 000A. If there are more than one textures for the same file, it's going to be PI's diffuse 000B. And for the head, it is the same thing. P underscore head 000 is the model, and P head diffuse 000 underscore A is the first texture. If there are more texture, they're going to be A, B, C, D, just like that. So I guess we are done with this, and yeah, final closing comments. If you are LSPDFR player, do not use these components for backup configuration, because if GTA adds some clothing components via an update, all the indices will be shifted, so your backup configuration will get messed up. The indices of these files will change. Like you can see, I was navigating, so it was a number 295 650 where we actually found the component. If GTA via an update adds a clothing component in the same category, for example a new top, it is going to move all the indices beyond that by 1. So what was appearing for 650 before is going to appear for 651. And same is going to happen to your saved outfits. Every time GTA gets updated, they will get messed up. So you will have to reconfigure it. Now here is a problem. Suppose that you wish to equip Bodycam as well as shoulder mic at the same time. You cannot do that. Why? Because both of those are task components, such as this Bodycam and this shoulder mic. You cannot. You can only equip one task component at a time. So here is a workaround for that. Instead of installing these body cams as a task component, you can install it as a bird component, mask. We installed these at the very beginning. I'm going to install it again, but this time as a bird. Just need to follow the naming convention, that is it. Now match it with the naming convention bird underscore xxx underscore u, bird underscore 000 underscore u, and texture is bird underscore diffuse xxx underscore a underscore uni, bird underscore diffuse underscore 000 underscore a underscore uni. So it's going to work, but if we drag and drop, it's going to replace two of the bird components that we already have in there. So we will have to change these numbers. I'm recording it on the next day because it was just too important to leave out. Now it is ready. Majority of the time it is going to work. If it doesn't, there's nothing that can be done about that. And you can try and rename other components just like this. I mean, it should work. Like sometime you can install a hand as an accessory, or an accessory as a hand, a task as a hand, or a hand as a task. If it is not working, even though you have used proper naming conventions, nothing can be done about that. And that's it. That brings us to the end of this video. It was pretty huge. Have a good day.